Kenwood Sports, man. Another game I want to talk about for this week: the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all know how Mahomes get up for this Kansas City and Cincinnati Bengals game. And the Cincinnati Bengals, my God, if week one any indication of how they're gonna look for the rest of the year, it's gonna be bad for them. And I've seen Joe Burrow grab that wrist multiple times. That was the injury that kept him out last year. At the end of the year, he couldn't do anything because of that wrist. That wrist hurt him bad. Without Joe Mixon, if T. Higgins hurt, Jamar Chase upset, you already lost Tyler Boyd. He gone over to the Tennessee Titans. Even though he was a third receiver, the guy was impactful. You had to account for him. He had hands, he had size, and that's a loss. Joe Mixon, you seen what he did over there with the Texans this week. He went for 130-something yards with the Texans. Joe Burrow, he's very competitive. One of my favorite players to ever come through LSU. One of my favorite players in the league. I support him 100%. But if he don't have that wrist, he can't throw the ball down the field. And that's what he was showing game one. He wasn't throwing the ball down the field like he usually do. Jamar Chase, he's very frustrated. He didn't get the catches in week one. He didn't get his yards. And most importantly, he didn't get paid. He's a top 5 receiver in the league. All the top 5 receivers got paid. Tyreek got paid. Justin Jefferson got paid. CeeDee Lamb got paid. Jamar Chase did not get paid. That man's supposed to be paid. Paul Brown, the owner for the Cincinnati Bengals, he known for being cheap. He known for being cheap. They known for being a cheap organization. You got to keep your players happy. You got to keep your main players happy. That's the most important thing. Because Joe Burrow got to have somebody to throw the ball to. And if he ain't got Chase out there, it's going to be bad for the Cincinnati Bengals. The Kansas City Chiefs, on the other hand, they just getting warmed up. If you seen them boys playing week one, Xavier Worthy, first touch to the house. Second touch, third touch, another touchdown. 3 touches for Xavier Worthy. He scored the ball 2 times already. Kansas City Chiefs, Kelsey didn't even go off yet. Pacheco, he ain't even go off yet. Mahomes just warming up. You know Andy Reid got plays on top of plays on top of plays. That defense, Chris Jones, he's still vicious, bro. He's still one of the top defensive players in the league, man. So it's going to be all up to if my boy Joe Burrow going to be healthy enough to sling the ball. Because when it came time to throwing the ball past 10 to 15 yards, he was off. And he was off bad. Or he wasn't even making the throw at all. You can see the frustration in Jamar Chase's face at the press conference at the end of that game. Not even the press conference, but just the interview in the locker room. If you're going to have a good team, if you're going to have a good game, you're going to need Joe Burrow to throw the ball down the field at least 15 to 20 yards. You're going to need more than that. He's going to need his full capabilities because Mahomes is not holding back nothing. Y'all know the talk between when it come down to these two teams. Joe Burrow beat these dudes in the AFC Championship to go to the Super Bowl, and ever since then, they've been calling it Arrowhead, Burrowhead. The last matchup, Kansas City got the best of them. This matchup, they coming out on fire. Patrick Mahomes, I don't know nobody in the league more fiery than that dude right there. I don't know no quarterback more talented, more excited to get out there on the field and compete like Patrick Mahomes. They're running back straight, which is Pacheco, the tight end. Then they got Hollywood Brown out there. And you also, besides Hollywood Brown, they got the Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice going to get him. He going to eat. He one of Patrick Mahomes' favorite targets also. And Hollywood Brown not even back yet. So this going to be a hell of a matchup, man, if Joe Burrow can play. This is gonna be a game to watch. It's definitely gonna be one that I'm gonna be watching. That's what I'm gonna have an eye on. So the coach for the Bengals, he got to figure it out. I didn't think he was a good coach from the beginning with. Zach Taylor, I believe his name is, if I ain't mistaken. I know his name is Zach. I believe his last name is Taylor. But he hadn't showed me much of anything. Everything been going off the ability of these players, man. The play calling got to be fire. When you're a good coach, you got to make up for certain things that you lacking. Just like I said, you got to make up for the Joe Mixon being gone. You got to make up for Tyler Boyd being gone. You're gonna need both of your receivers out there. That's a fact. But that's the type of coach. Coaches improvise. You got Andy Reid, you got Sean Payton, you got Sean McVay, and most certainly you got Kyle Shanahan. Those are the type of coaches that can make up for missing pieces. Those are the type of coaches that can scheme and take a disadvantage and make it an advantage. Excuse me. But that's the game to watch on Sunday for sure. That's the #1 game to watch on Sunday. So I'm gonna be watching to see what's going on with Joe Burrow with the wrist. I'm gonna be watching out for the reports. I'm gonna get back with y'all in a minute.